Konnichiwa! And welcome to Victor Vern Sports. I'm Vern, and welcome to our Day 9 recap of the January Basho Day in the Kokokikan in Tokyo, of course, the home of sumo. Now, guys, fantastic stuff. So it's been an absolute screamer of a tournament. We've got Mount Fuji in the background. We've got cherry blossoms. Come on, if you can't feel Japanese now, I don't know what's going on. I just need maybe a kimono or something like that, something to wear, but never mind. That is our email address up top there if you want to get hold of us to chat about something. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button so you know when we are on. And of course, spread the love with friends and family, man. That's the most important. What's going on today's show? We're going to see highlights of Day 7, my highlights of Day 7, Day 8, and of course, we'll get the results of Day 9, take a look at what's happening in Day 10, because it is hotting up there in the sumo, guys. It is hotting up. And I saw in the chat before, lots of people saying, Vern, why do you like sumo? Super show, Vern. I mean, sumo is for me culture, history, respect, especially now, listen here, we had the AFCON the other night. You never see that in sumo. Sumo is they lose, they're respectful, they take the judges or the Yoshi's decision, they take it, and that's it. There's no walking off and doing crap like that in sumo. Sumo, very respectful, very traditional, and that's what I love about sumo. And there's so many different nations now in sumo. We've got like 2 Ukrainians, we've got Mongolians, of course. We had Bulgarians and Georgians and Russians and so many different nations, Americans. So many different nations there taking part in sumo at the moment. Fantastic stuff. It's just that because there's no weight classes in there. I mean, you had wrestlers like Enho, a little guy, 165. I think it was about 99 kilos. I think he's now in Division 3, Mitucha division, something like that. He's very far. He dropped down a bit. 165, 99 kilos, Enho, fighting against Ichinosho, the big Mongolian, 2 meters, 200 kilos, and winning. That can only happen in sumo. It's such an unfair fight, but it happens in sumo, and that's what I love about sumo. You got the small wrestlers that are quick, the big wrestlers that use more power. You can have leg trips, you can have putting people down. It's so interesting in sumo. It's amazing, and that's why I love sumo so much, because you never know what's going to happen. Stephen the Guru's in the house. Hi, Stephen. But listen here, guys. Let's get straight into it. We're getting to Day 7 highlights because we haven't done that one yet. And I've got two fights in Day 7. We'll start off with the first one. I've cut them now, just a fight at a time. So we've got Day 7. It is Asanoyama, Maegashita 16, the former Ozeki, back in the Makuuchi division against Abi, our leader at Day 7. At Day 6, he was a leader, still 6-0. So let's take a look at that matchup between those two, and we'll chat about it afterwards.
Here's the highlight match in the first half between Asanoyama 4-2 and Abi, who's maintained an unblemished report card since opening day and is now the sole leader. Abi has maintained that spotless record for 6 straight days, something he hasn't done in 4 years. Here's the former Ozeki Asanoyama.
Okay.
Double hand attack by Abi, shifting to the right, staying in contention, and Asanoyama goes for a pulling attack, and Abi suffers his first setback of this New Year tournament. Asanoyama notches his 5th victory here on Day 7.
Greetings, Devon. Now, listen here. Asanoyama used to be one of my favorite wrestlers. Still is one of my favorite wrestlers, but he did drop down the rankings for certain reasons, which we won't mention at the moment. That match against Abi, Asanoyama likes more going to the Moashi. Abi is the pusher thruster, and it was looking good there for Abi at the beginning there, but then Asanoyama just faked him, pulled him back, and Abi slipped and went down, and that was his first loss of the tournament, Abi there. So let's get into our next match. That is Kirishima, the Sekawaki, against Yoshinofuji. He's becoming one of my favorite wrestlers. The Maegashita won there. Both Kirishima was on 5-1, Yoshinofuji on 4-2. That is our second bout of Day 7.
It's Kirishima 5-1 fighting Yoshinofuji 4-2. Yoshinofuji took down Kirishima by a sotogake outside leg trip in their first encounter last July. Kirishima prevented back-to-back setbacks yesterday by blasting out Ichiyamamoto. Yoshinofuji continues to prove he's a major force to be reckoned with. He's toppled two Yokozuna. Inside is Yoshinofuji, but left hand inside position for Kirishima. Kirishima looking to use that left hand inside position. A headlock by Yoshinofuji. Yoshinofuji goes for that. Throw at the edge. Right hand inside, but that left hand outside. Watenage helps Kirishima protect his one-loss record. A battle of throws there at the edge.
Kirishima there just getting Yoshinofuji upright. Couldn't do his style of wrestling, and Kirishima won that one. Great stuff there by the Mongolian. Listen here, that was day 7 highlights. Let's get into day 8, and day 8 was funny, man. Day 8 was absolutely a screamer. Day 8, all the big boys, both Ozekis and both Yokozunas lost, and I thought that would be fitting to have all 4 of those matches. So we'll first see Kotasakura against Oho. So let's check out that match there. Of course, Kotasakura, the Ozeki against Oho, the Kobazubi. Oho not doing too well in the tournament. He is 2-5 at day 8, and Kotasakura was 5-2. So let's check out that bout, man. There you go.
Oho and Kotasakura. The Komusubi 2-5. The Ozeki 5-2. They've met 12 times. Oho has won 4 of them. And Kotasakura, fair to say, having one of his better tournaments in some time. Inside right-hand grip, Oho, double inside grip, and I'm not quite sure what Kotasakura was trying to achieve there. He retreated pulling on Oho, and that just gave Oho a better opportunity to get the double inside grip.
Both wrestlers similar height, 188, both about similar weight, 170 kilos, both about the same age as well there, so very similar, but Oho was just way more aggressive in that mount, and we're able to push Kotasakura out. And Kotasakura, I must say, he's doing well this tournament compared to the last couple of tournaments. There's just something about Kotasakura that I don't see, man. I just don't see. But never mind that one. Now we're going to get into Kirishima against Aonishiki, the Mongolian Kirishima against Ukrainian Kirishima, both on 6-1 on day 7. So let's see how they got on. Well, you know that the Ozeki lost, but let's check out the match. Oh, no, it's the wrong one. Sorry about that.
Kotasakura.
There we go. There we go. That's
looking
better.
forward to this one. The Shin Ozeki Aonishiki takes on Sekiwake Kirishima. They've met 3 times before, and it's all Aonishiki. That Uchimuso back in July last year was so impressive, and 2 rear push-outs since. So, what can Kirishima bring today? They're both 6-1. They're on top of the leaderboard. One of them will stay there. Kirishima looking for the left hand in. He gets a double inside grip now with that right hand in and under. Now Aonishiki tries a pivot, tries a kubinage, but out he goes. Kirishima wins. So both Ozeki losing today. And Kirishima shares the lead at the moment with Abi. They're both 7-1, and Aonishiki falls to 6-2.
You can see that Kirishima actually winning the strength battle against Aonishiki. Then Aonishiki tried to throw Kirishima, and then Kirishima just pushed him while he's trying to throw, got him off guard and pushed him out. So good win there for Kirishima. The Mongolian, fantastic stuff. Let's get into, now they come the 2 matches with the Yokozunas, who also both lost. It's strange that both Ozekis and both Yokozunas lost on the same day. That is really not, it doesn't happen very often. So let's check out Hoshoryu against Daisho. Of course, Daisho, Maegashita 4, with 1-6 and not doing well at all in the tournament so far. And Hoshoryu, the Yokozuna, with 6-1. So let's check it out.
Daisho and Hoshoryu. Mirror records here. Daisho struggling at 1 and 6, taking on Hoshoryu, who's had a bit of luck during this tournament, 6 and 1. The rivalry heavily favouring Hoshoryu 14 to 4. Stopping in his tracks, Daisho retreats and then slaps down Hoshoryu. Well, he's looked a bit sketchy on some days, but still had the numbers on the board, and Daisho gets a kimboshi. The first one in almost 4 years.
Daisho, no slouch, man. He used to be Komusubi or Sekawake there, so he was a much higher ranked wrestler before. He just used the absolute power of Hoshoryu and moved to the side, and Hoshoryu went diving down. So great win there for Daisho against Hoshoryu. Now our last match is Hakuno Fuji against Ono Sato. Let's check this one out.
So we've had 2 Ozeki and a Yokozuna go down. Ono Sato takes on Hakuno Fuji. Ono Sato, he's been a bit sketchy as well. Troubled by that left shoulder injury. Hakuno Fuji, well, if he gets the left hand inside, could he get another kimboshi? He's already got 2 against Ono Sato. Slams in, left hand in, right hand out. The Yokozuna goes straight back, and wow, is that shoulder troubling him? Dominated from start to finish by Hakuno Fuji. Big win, another kimboshi. Five and 3, and drops Ono Sato from the leaderboard.
Hakuno Fuji just blew Ono Sato away, and I've never seen that before. And I've heard that maybe that Ono Sato has a shoulder injury. Well, he's got a shoulder injury. I don't know how much that affects Ono Sato's wrestling, but if you see that, and if you see how Ono Sato has wrestled for the last 2 years, that's not happening. That is just not happening. So Ono Sato must have some kind of an injury, which is sad to see the big man, because he is a man mountain there, man. That boy's 192 tall, 188 kilos heavy. He's a monster, man. That doesn't happen normally. But never, that is just the way it goes. Let's check out day 9 results for you guys quickly. I'll put it up there. I'll put up my results there. Here we go. Day 9 results. Daisho beats Hakuno Fuji there. Then Takanosho loses to Yoshino Fuji. Takanosho having a bad tournament there with 1 and 8. Oho beating Ichi Yamamoto. Also Ichi Yamamoto 1 and 8. Bad tournament there for the Maegashira 1. A good win there for the Komusubi. Oho Sekawake Kirishima beating Ura to go 8 and 1 and our new leader of the tournament. Then we had Watataka Kage losing to Aonishiki. Aonishi goes to 7 and 2. Koto Sakura beating Takayasu. And they're both on 6 and 3. Wakamoto Haro beating the Ono Sato. Again, the Yokozuna losing. And on day 9, also Hoshoryu losing also against Atama Fuji there. That means both Yokozunas have lost 2 days in a row. And I don't think that has ever happened. That is crazy, man. But never mind that one. Those were the results. Let's check out the leaderboard so far. There we go. That is your leaderboard. And it is the Sekawake Kirishima there with 8 and 1 out there by himself there. And then afterwards we have 6 guys follow him. It is the Ukrainian Aonishiki, Atama Fuji, Fujinokawa, Abi, the other Ukrainian, Shishi, also doing well in the tournament there. He's doing great as well. And Oshumi. Those are your followers. Then there's a whole lot of people on 6 and 3. You've got your Asanoyama. You've got both your Yokozunas on 6 and 3. This tournament's long not over, guys. Things can happen. And this tournament, things have been happening all the time. So things can change very quickly. Let's check out the day 10 fixtures. There we go. Day 10. We got the Ura against Daisho. Both guys not doing too well in the tournament. Hakuno Fuji against Watataka Kage. Ichi Yamamoto against Wakamoto Haro. Yoshino Fuji against Takayasu. That should be a great one. Koto Sakura against Kirishima. That's going to be a great one as well. Takanosho against Aonishiki. Hoshoryu against Oho. And Atama Fuji against Ono Sato. But listen here, guys. These are my bouts for day 10. These ones I think you should check out. It's these 2 men. It is Abe against Oshomi. Both on 7 and 2. So this is like getting now down to the nitty gritty. The last couple of days, always the best fighters will go against each other. So these two will meet each other on day 10. Then, of course, this man, Shishi, the Ukrainian, also on 7-2, fights against Fuji Nokawa, also on 7-2. This one also a battle here to stay up there for the Yusho race. This one should be really interesting. Shishi not doing too badly this tournament, I must say. Then last but not least, it has to be Kirishima, our leader, against Kota Sakura. Kota Sakura, like I said before, 6-3. Kirishima, 8-1. I'm still going to go with Kirishima. I think he has enough to beat Kota Sakura, but we'll see about that one. All tomorrow. Starts at 9:30 Central European time there. So check it out. Sumo, baby. It is amazing. Let's get the boys out of there. There we go. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. Always much appreciated. And guys, don't forget, Sumo is mustard. Check it out. If you haven't watched Sumo before, you see the highlights now. NHK brings it every day at 4:30 Central European time. That's NHK. It's the Japanese news network. Check it out because it is so much fun. Look at the wrestlers because there are so many more wrestlers in the top division to choose from. Which is your favorite? Don't always go with the Yokozuna. I never go with the Yokozuna. I always go with other guys like Abi. They just got a bit more character, and there's a lot of character in that wrestling lineup there for the Sumo. So guys, that is my roundup of day 9. I will be back on day 11 for the next roundup. Time-wise, I don't know. I'll see. Must probably also around this time, 11 o'clock in the evening here in Switzerland. Guys, have a fantastic day. Enjoy your sumo. And there's, of course, at every sumo update, there's only one thing else to say. That is sayonara.